You both said today that you love each other, and I believe it. But I'm trying to tell you, love is not enough for a successful marriage. There's so many other things that go in it. It's not just about you anymore.
Here is today's case.
Veronica says she met her girlfriend Denisa at church. A year later, she discovered that Denisa was still in a relationship with her ex. Denisa says Veronica has blown every situation out of proportion. Veronica says if Denisa had been honest from the beginning, they wouldn't be here today on divorce court.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, as you know, for the first time on divorce court, we have a virtual audience filled with your superfans. Today is a special day because we have several members from the Divorce Court with Judge Faith Facebook page.
Welcome to all the members of this wonderful group. Thank you for your support. I'm excited to have you here with us in court today.
Your Honor, today's case is Dillard versus Clark.
Thank you, Juan. Veronica Dillard.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought Denisa Clark
Yes.
to court today. You say that she owes you $1,006 in unpaid parking tickets. I understand that the two of you have been in a relationship for 3 years, and you also say you are having significant problems.
That's
That's
correct.
why you're here today in divorce court. I will hear from you, Ms. Dillard, first. Give me some background on your relationship.
Thank you, Your Honor. So I'm here today because I'm through with this relationship. I first met her at church 3.5 years ago, thought she was honest, godly, fearing woman, but ever since then, lies throughout this whole relationship, and I'm done.
What do you have to say about that, Ms. Clark?
I've been nothing but upfront and honest with Veronica from the very start. I don't know what she's talking about. I'm not even ready to end this relationship. I want to stay in it because I actually thought we were building something.
Okay, well, Ms. Dillard, why don't you tell me what happened? You said the two of you met at church. That was 3 years ago.
Yes, Your Honor.
And at the time, you thought, from everything you heard, that the two of you would be compatible, but you found out that she was lying about some things.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me about that.
Thank you. So basically, she sang in the choir, beautiful voice, singing the gospel, you know, honest woman, morals, praying every time, reading the Bible. She prays over Doritos. So I said, okay, this is a great God-fearing woman. And, you know,
So she didn't pray over just her meals, her snacks, too?
Correct. Yes, Your Honor. So I said, okay, you know what? I need somebody like this in my life to get me on the right page. But this ex kept calling, and she would step out, tip out, talk to her on the phone. So I'm like, something's not right here. You all still have some baggage left over.
And what else did you say she lied about?
Well, she also lied. I was under the impression she was a doctor. You know, she would wear scrubs and leave early in the morning, stay out late. She would always text me, check in. But one evening, I tried to get a hold of her. I called both her phones. No answer. So I said, you know what? Let me call the hospital.
Wait, when you say you were under the impression she was a doctor, who gave you that impression?
She did, Denisa.
What did she say?
Well, basically, she said she was a caregiver, taker, you know, and, you know, she watches the people at the hospital. She takes care of them.
But she didn't say she was a doctor.
She led me to believe she was.
And how?
She didn't say
in what
she
way?
wasn't.
In what way?
Well, she would have her scrubs on, sometimes lab coats. She would tell me different scenarios about the different patients and everything they were going through. So I just took it upon myself like, okay, well, she's a physician. She never corrected me, so.
Okay, and why do you say you found out something different?
Right, so I was trying to get a hold of her this one evening. Any other time she would text, call back, what have you. I would leave a message, she would always return my call. But it was the next day, heard nothing. So I said, let me call the hospital. I never had to before, but I said, let me go ahead and call now. I never had any doubts before until I didn't hear from her.
So you called and asked to speak to Dr. Clark?
Correct, Dr.
And they said what?
And then she says, well, I'm sorry, ma'am. There's a Denisa Clark, but she's a transporter. She's clearly not a physician.
So what was going on? Should I call you Miss or Dr. Clark today?
That's what I'd like to know.
Just call me Denisa, that's it. Veronica, I love her, but I promise you, she is 30 cents short of a quarter. There is no way.
Wow.
No way that I could not believe that she actually believed that I was a doctor. She saw me in scrubs, and she was like, hey, she said, oh, I got me a doctor. This is Dr. Clark. And so I was just thought it was funny. And so as time went by, she would still say, Dr. Clark, but I'm thinking it's just a running little joke. So when I came in and she was like, yeah, not a doctor, I was like, okay. And, you know, Mary had a little lamb, and these things we know.
Wow.
So I never said I was a doctor.
You never told her, according to the papers, you never told her that you were working in the ER doing emergency surgery?
Never.
Back lying. You're back lying.
How long do you say that she led you to believe that she didn't correct this joke that she thought was going on? Approximately how long?
For about a year.
A year?
Right, correct.
Did you want her to believe you were a doctor?
No.
You thought that was impressive?
No. Honestly.
Back lying.
Honestly.
So why do you just clear it up after the joke went on? Because a year is a long time to have a running joke for a year about what you do for a living.
It wasn't a year, actually. It was like 6 months. It was like 6 months.
Wow.
And, I don't see how anybody could have believed that I was a doctor. I don't see it. I don't see it.
You don't want to see it.
So you were surprised when she told you that she called the hospital and she was upset because there was no Dr. Clark there.
100% surprised. I'm like.
So what do you say is going on here with the relationship?
Veronica is a chronic complainer. You know, she's a chronic complainer and she's irresponsible. That's our biggest problem, to me. And she's insecure about my ex. That's the other big, huge problem.
Because your ex is still around. She's a very big part of your life.
What happened with the ex? Because I understand that she actually ended up living with the two of you, right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And for how long?
2 years?
No.
About 2
For 2
years.
years?
No. Yes, Your Honor.
No,
She
Your
has
Honor.
a daughter.
How did that happen?
No, Your Honor.
This is what happened. She felt that she didn't want to put her out in the street since she wronged her dealing with me. So I said, okay, so I tried to accept that, and because she had a daughter, and the daughter's a senior in high school, so once she went to college, then they could move.
So you accepted what exactly?
I accepted the ex and the daughter staying with us to have shelter, not be put out on the street since she was put out of her relationship.
So you're saying that in your mind, this person had absolutely nowhere else to go but your home for 2 years?
Supposedly.
Did you tell Miss Dillard that you were in a relationship?
Yes, I did.
Your ex then moved in with the two of you in the mutual place?
Yes. I talked to Veronica. Veronica was cool with it. She accepted it. She was like, okay, I understand.
But I didn't agree to her sitting between her ex's legs.
So for 2 years, this person lived with the two of you?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you chose to stay there?
I did.
What happened, Miss Clark? Is that true that you were in a relationship when you met Miss Dillard? Is that true?
I was.
Did you tell Miss Dillard that you were in a relationship?
Yes, I did.
Your ex then moved in with the two of you in the mutual place?
Yes.
For 2 years?
No, actually, Your Honor, it was for a year and a half.
Okay, let's say a year and a half. Let's go with a year and a half.
Okay, let me explain. I was in a relationship for 10 years, okay, and we raised her daughter together.
Yes.
Okay, and it's like the things that Veronica loves about me is the things that she hates about me too. She knows that I have a heart. My ex fell on some hard times. She was losing the place, and my daughter needs to finish high school. So
her daughter, not yours.
Our daughter.
You.
Anyway, so I talked to Veronica. Veronica was cool with it. She accepted it. She was like, okay, I understand. And then when she moves in, then it's like all types of problems. You know, it's like, but you agreed to it.
Why did you agree to it?
Absolutely, I agreed to it because, again, she was honest, has an open, big heart, correct. But I didn't agree to her sitting between her ex's legs, getting her hair done and retwisted. That I don't agree with. I don't agree with Denisa sleeping in our bed naked and her ex busting through the door. So that's what I have a problem with.
And you didn't find that as problematic?
Look, first of all, my ex has always done my hair. It saves us money. And the other thing is when Veronica came in and she was retwisting my hair,
See,
I was not sitting between her legs.
None of this surprises me because this is what's going to happen when you allow someone that she was recently involved with to live with the two of you. Of course you're going to be watching everything. Of course you're going to question what could be seemingly innocent situations. Whether it was innocent or not, questions are going to be raised and that issues are going to revolve around this other person. It's very predictable that would happen, that there would be some conflict. If this person is a friend, right, and someone that you want to continue having a platonic relationship with, at some point, She has to move out of your home so you can have your romantic relationship with your partner now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And a year and a half is far too long
Yeah.
to allow, even if someone falls on hard times, a year and a half is really too long. It's not fair for you to put it on Veronica for her to find another place to live. Why would she move out when she's in the relationship with you? Because you are now in another relationship. It's up to you to move her out when it's time for her to move out. And there has to be a time frame. Even when you're helping someone out, when they've fallen on hard times, there have to be some boundaries if you want your new relationship to work out.
You know, she's talking about this, you know, she has a problem with me sleeping naked already, okay? I started sleeping naked when I was a teenager because I lived in a house with no AC, and I haven't gone back, so that's it.
What's the problem?
If we have guests or when she clearly had her ex there, they don't need to mix and see her naked by mistake because those things happen.
Those things have happened as
Right.
well.
And then if we're at a hotel, you know, you complain that you're cold, well, clearly put some clothes on. You don't know what can happen.
I find that to be a rather minor issue
It's thank you.
in the relationship, given the other
Thank you.
factors that are at play here.
Well, yes, Your Honor. She was going through my mail, first of all.
Your Honor, I'm opening up bills. I'm opening up every bill that I know that we both have to pay.
It's not just bills that she was in that she's trying to get you to believe. You know, I've had to change banks and whatnot because she was in my bank statements.
If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms, and for exclusive content, go to Apple TV. You've also brought a claim today because you say that Ms. Clark has $1,000 worth of parking tickets that you say she's responsible for?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me about that.
Yes, and I also brought a diagram too to show the places that she was and retrieve these parking tickets.
I'd like to see the chart you submitted to the court.
Thank you. So as we see here, there are 4 locations that Denisa had my car. First of all, a bar. Clearly, we've been on shutdown, shut out since this Rona situation. So I don't know what or who she was at the bar with. Then the hair supply store. She doesn't lock her own hair. The ex does. So did the ex go there? Did she take the ex there? Did the ex drive my car? That's issues. These are all serious issues. And then the court, I mean, she clearly didn't pay the ticket, so what is the car doing there? Did she go there and park and act like she was gonna take care of business and then go to the bar or go meet the ex? You know, I don't know what's going on. Then unknown location, so I really don't know what's going on.
So these are places that you say she got tickets in the car.
That's correct.
Thank you, Ms. Dillard.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And so looking at the various tickets, have you ever gotten a ticket in the car?
I have, a while ago.
What's a while ago?
It's been at least a year ago.
At least a year ago, and
Yeah.
these tickets are from all within the past year?
Correct, the last one was just from July, very recent. It's like a street cleaning.
And the ticket that you got, did you pay that right away?
The ticket that I got, yes.
Was that a notice sent to you in the mail?
Yes, Your Honor.
The two of you are the only people that drive the car, and that's your testimony too?
Yes.
So you're not loaning
Yeah.
her car out to anyone else?
Yes, Your Honor.
Back line.
Okay, and do you have any other proof about the tickets? Do they take photos?
Yes, Your Honor. Clearly you can see the car, the license, and you can see the back of her head.
In all 5 of these?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you show these to her?
I did, Your Honor, yes.
And what did she say when you showed them to her?
She act like it wasn't her. Act like, oh, that that could have been somebody else, or I really think that was you, and blah blah blah. Yeah, no, you can see her locks. You can see it in the picture.
Your Honor, how am I gonna get a parking ticket inside the car?
What do you mean
Well,
inside
okay,
the car?
You please.
You get a parking ticket when you park somewhere you're not supposed
Yeah.
to be.
Thank you. Hello.
But
You're
I'm
saying
in
that
the
did not
car.
happen?
Okay.
See,
You're saying
that's why
no.
she's doing a nervous
No.
laugh, because it did happen.
Ms. Clark?
Don't play with me.
Ms.
Don't
Clark?
play with me.
You're saying that did not happen?
No, Your Honor, that did not happen.
Did you get parking tickets
my
in the
car.
car?
I've gotten some parking tickets.
So she's suing for 5. Are all of them yours?
No,
Yeah.
they're
When you
not
say
all
some,
mine.
how many did you get?
Probably 2 or maybe 3.
Probably.
Have you paid the 2 or 3?
No, Your
No,
Honor.
Your Honor,
Why?
I haven't. Because honestly, Your Honor, I wasn't receiving the notices in the mail.
Why haven't you received the notices? The 2 of you live together. She received the notices.
Like I said, Veronica is irresponsible. Veronica doesn't open the mail. If she
Well,
had
okay,
opened
but
the
you.
mail, she could have let me know.
Who got the tickets on the car? Who's the irresponsible person when it comes to the car? Make this make
You're
sense, Miss Clark.
She doesn't tell me, she could have let me know that these tickets were there. She didn't have to wait until they were doubled and tripled up.
So did you get notices for the tickets and didn't tell her that you had them?
No, Your Honor, that wasn't the case. She was going through my mail, first of all.
Your Honor, I'm opening up bills. I'm opening up every bill that I know that we both have to pay.
So if you've been opening up bills and you've been opening up the mail, then you can't blame her for you not knowing about the tickets that come in the mail.
Your Honor, I didn't.
Because you said that bills need to be paid, and these are all tickets that have happened within the last year. That you've been together for 3 years. You say that she's not responsible because she's been late paying the bill, so you've been opening the mail, so you should have received notice for the tickets when they happen right away, if that's what you've been doing.
No, Your Honor, it's just I just started the opening of the mail thing.
I've had to change banks and whatnot because she was in my bank statement. So it's not just bills that she was in that she's trying to get you to believe. And I feel like, and she's saying I'm irresponsible. Well, I feel like a silent partner anyway. I haven't met her family. She gives excuses for that, saying that allegedly she has a 5-year rule.
You have a 5-year rule where she can't meet your family
Yes,
in 5
Your
years?
Honor.
Why?
Yes, Your Honor. I don't want them getting attached to somebody and then it doesn't work out. If we're together 5 years, they know of her.
So, Ms. Clark, it's been 3 years. Are you ready to introduce her to your family?
No, I'm not.
So she still has 2 years remaining.
She still has at least.
Well, there's your
at
answer,
least
Ms.
a year
Dillard.
and a half.
Answer.
You still have 24 more months.
Wow.
Before you can meet the family.
Wow.
On the issue of the tickets, you admit that you have 2 or 3 tickets, but
Yes.
you will not concede to all 5.
No, Your Honor.
I'm going to hold you responsible for the 3 tickets you concede that you probably got and you haven't paid. You're probably responsible for all 5, but I just don't have enough proof. I don't have enough evidence. In terms of their relationship, the fact that you stuck around for a year and a half or 2 years, according to you, while her ex lived there, but now you want out of the relationship since she's moved out, tells me that there are bigger problems at stake here in the relationship besides the ex.
Yeah.
You said that was the biggest problem that you had, that she was living there, but now she's gone and you still want out.
Yes, Your Honor, because I just feel like I'm second fiddle. I feel like I'm not the main factor in her life. I feel like I'm a silent partner.
And she has told you today, and I believe one of the main reasons is the fact that you won't introduce her to your family. And you have a 5-year rule. That is her rule. That is her right to have that rule, but it is also her right to leave the relationship if she doesn't feel that she's that important in your life. So that's $244, $244, $341.60. Those are the 3 highest tickets. That's what I'm going to order you to pay. So that's a total of $829.60.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You both have a right to feel the way you feel in the relationship. You have a 5-year rule. You don't have that rule. You're ready to move on. I wish both of you the best of luck.
Thank you, Your Honor. Well, I thought Judge Faith's verdict was pretty fair. I would have loved to get the total amount, but hey, run me my money, whatever it is.
I don't think that I should have gotten all the higher amounts for the tickets.
Of course not.
Yeah, because I didn't get them.
Clearly, they were your tickets. We had
Clearly,
the pictures,
you know that they were
and
not
you probably
my
had your
my
ex
tickets.
driving my car.
And
I won't technically
you
know.
already know
So
that
if
she
it wasn't
wasn't
you,
driving your
it was
car.
her, because she
No,
doesn't have a
it was,
vehicle.
It was you.
She's still lingering, so her or me.
Yeah.
Figure it out.